The ability to read monster stat blocks efficiently is the best way to run a fun, dynamic, and smooth combat encounter. Today I want to take a jog down memory lane looking at the ghoul stat block throughout the ages. For the first edition ghoul stat block here, we can see that there is this nice little handy list here on what its stats are, but of course in the older games, monsters didn't have stats as PCs have stats. But interesting to note here is that when it comes to special abilities, it states see below. And as we can see, there is a nice little text wall of how you can read all this information out. We of course get a lot of the information right there that we need. We see the hit dice, we see how far it can move, we can see how many there is going to be. But at the same time, we also have to read what its abilities are in that wall of text. For the second edition ghoul stat block here, we can see that it's cleaned up just a little bit more, but at the same time, we still have that needing of reading something else. We can see that we don't know exactly what they can do without having to go down and read what they can do in combat, but we also get the fun added benefits of seeing their size and seeing their morale and other fun things. For the third edition ghoul here, we can see that this is truly where the game is becoming much more complex, as there is this massive list of skills it has, and quite frankly, I'm willing to bet that most people that have ran have never actually rolled any of those skill checks for a monster. Even with all the additions here in this stat block, we're still missing that key pivotal thing, that paralyzation. We have to go down into the text there and see that, of course, you have to make a DC 14 save, but elves are immune. Pretty cool. Now on to 4th edition, we finally remove the straight single line of stats that go from left to right here, and we see a heavy emphasis on bolded text and keywords. Those bolded text and those keywords are not found directly underneath the ghoul stat block. For those are just general game mechanics that you're going to have to know. And finally on to 5th edition, we see that everything here is completely self-contained. It explains exactly what the claw paralyzation does, but at the same time we also lose a lot of that cool information that we see in previous editions. We don't see how exactly tall the ghoul is, we don't get its morale, we don't get a lot of these things. Which is odd because considering how large the stat block actually takes up on a page, it takes up approximately a quarter of a page, we're missing a lot of details there. But at the same time, of course, this is just super easy to run. You can look at it and run it absolutely no issue. So in conclusion, we can see that the ghoul stat block has changed immensely over time from every single edition. There's been additions to it, there's been subtractions to it, it's expanded, it's gone from a left to right, it's gone up and down, it's added text, it's gone all over the place, and I truly cannot decide which version is the best. They all have something unique that makes them stand out on their own, and at the same time, they all are clearly lacking something. I just want to show off what stat blocks looked like over the course of time and how they are truly impactful of the game. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you to my amazing patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.